place which was like an internal prison of the state security.
This building was known as the House of Terror to the 80,000 Georgians who were taken here during 70 years of Soviet rule. Up to 20,000 were shot, mainly during Joseph Stalin's Great Terror from 1936 to 39.
Once more she was arrested and shot there.
Guides from the Soviet Past Research Laboratory take tours across Tbilisi to remind people of life in the Soviet Union.
This regime had the propaganda, worldwide propaganda, that it's a bright alternative of the West, it's a fair state, it's a free state, it's a state of the laborers and the peasants, and all this propaganda worked and also is working today, which is used by Russia as a tool of the information war machine. But such kind of the buildings are illustrating the real face of the regime.
Recent history has helped cement many Georgians' suspicions of post-Soviet Russia. Moscow has backed separatists in the Georgian regions of Abkhazia and South Ossetia. They fought a war with Russia in 2008, and 280,000 Georgians were expelled, now living as exiles in their own country. 90% of Georgians, according to recent polling, believe Russia poses the greatest political threat to their country.
Russia always betrays Georgia. It's in their nature. They pretend they're our allies, but in reality, they're our enemies.
Those views help explain why protests by tens of thousands of Georgians forced the government to scrap a foreign agent law that was viewed as being modelled on one in Russia, where it's been used to crack down on dissent. Anti-Russian graffiti is everywhere in Tbilisi. The Interior Ministry says 112 Russians are here. Guleb Ryzinkin arrived 12 months ago and was worried about how he'd be accepted.
My friends and I was a little bit nervous coming to this protest because do we even need to be here? Is it our war or it's Georgian? But when you ask in locals, they have full support on Russians helping them, and I think that's amazing that this stuff is uniting people.
The Russian influx has made Georgia one of the fastest growing economies in the world, but opposition parties are calling for a visa regime for Russians, echoing the suspicions many Georgians feel towards the new arrivals. Bernard Smith, Al Jazeera, Tbilisi, Georgia.